Warning, the following contains language unsuitable for minors. If you're under the age of 18 and have not heard the word fuck before, well, you have now.
Oh yeah, it's the weekend, and you know what that means. It's time for the most entertaining hour of your weekend. It's time for Pixels and Bits on theovershield.com with your hosts, Corey, Andrew, and Tommy. And now, broadcasting from planet Earth, it's time for Pixels and Bits. Welcome on to Pixels and Bits on theovershield.com. My name is Corey. Hi. Welcome out, everybody. This is one episode now because we've done so many freaking missing episodes.
This is the E3 special.
This is the E3 special, everybody, where instead of our just regular news desk and middle segment, we just compact it all into one great big bundle of joy known as E3. So, I am joined by my co-host, Tommy.
Hello, everyone.
Andrew is not here. He is out being a pimp somewhere.
So he tells us. I don't know.
So he tells us he's got to keep that pimp hand strong.
Yeah.
Ooh, I think Tommy's in a wind tunnel.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's terrible outside.
Yeah, he's doing this podcast while riding a motorcycle in a wind tunnel. If you didn't know.
And that's multitasking. I'm committed to this show.
All while texting at the same time. So he's like one of those motorcycle riding kids you see in like India or some shit where they're like laying back and like riding with like no hands, steering with their feet and texting at the same time.
Hello, this is Bill. Welcome to
Thank you for coming to Pictures and Bits on theovershield.com.
Yes, Dr. Jones.
If we offended anybody, I'm sorry. Anyways, it is time to move on to our giant E3 segment. Hit the music! Alright, so, pretty much the whole freaking Christmas of gaming happened in the past week, also known as E3, the Electronic Entertainment Expo. Everybody who was big kind of gave their press conference. There was pretty much 5 major press conferences. There was Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, and this is essentially the big 3, of course, and then there was Ubisoft and EA. Nothing really new from anybody outside of maybe Ubisoft showing off a couple new things, like a new Splinter Cell and a new game called Watch Dogs. There was a new Star Wars game. What was it called, Tommy? Again?
1313.
Yeah, weird ass title. Star Wars. We couldn't come up with an original title of the game, so.
Well, they actually explained for that. They actually explained about why it's 1313.
Like I said, Star Wars, we couldn't come up with an original title of the game.
I guess on the planet Coruscant, there are 5,000 levels, and this game takes place on level 1313.
Once again, Star Wars. But, yeah, some of the newer games that were shown, definitely like Watch Dogs and Star Wars, they looked very, very pretty. Too pretty for this console generation, so there's a lot of speculation going around to whether or not these games are next gen for the new PlayStation box or next box or whatever box it's going to be called. It's just we all know it's a box.
Well, it's going to be in a box.
It's going to be in a box. It's not going to be like a freaking cardboard box that's going to say Xbox 720 on it.
Seems legit, right?
Seems legit. But no, it's like these. If you look at I encourage you guys to go and look at Watch Dogs. That game looks awesome. It's literally like someone took like Assassin's Creed and then threw it and like mixed it with freaking Blade Runner, and like, oh my god, I was just like, give it to me now. take my body. And it just looked awesome, and I'm excited for like the possibilities you can do. I mean, like hell, I could cause a major car accident just by turning on all the traffic lights in the intersection all at once. Hell yes, it's like GTA, but like with like hackers and shit. That just sounds awesome. I don't know. That's just me rambling about how awesome this game looks. Then there's you know what? Here, let's just start in order because I feel like I'm just rambling. First, let's start with Microsoft. What did they show, Tommy?
Oh, Halo 4. Halo 4.
Halo 4.
That's all I care.
You can Tomb Raider in there, I think.
Yeah, they squeeze in Tomb Raider. Dance.
Which Tomb Raider looks awesome.
I like Tomb Raider. It's looking promising.
And then there was Usher the game. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean Dance Central 3.
Oh no, it's 4. Dance Central 4, I believe.
Oh, you know what? I think it was Dance Central 18. But you know, honestly, they should have just called it Usher the game because he just went out and danced on stage for like 5 minutes. I'm like, really?
I'm surprised Justin Bieber didn't make an appearance.
God, I would have like shot the guy in charge of Xbox like right there. It's just like, why did you do this? It's just like, why did you summon the demon of all demons on stage? But, anyways, that's essentially Microsoft. They did show off the new Splinter Cell, which looked awesome, and you can use Kinect. So like, they use the Kinect voice feature. So like, you can use like audio cues to distract your opponent. So like, if you're hiding behind a corner, you want one to come to you. If he's just standing there, he's not on patrol, and like, damn, how can I get him away from the open? You literally just say to your Kinect, "Hey, you," and he's just like, "Huh?" Dumbass him turns around, he starts coming towards you, and you can put a knife in his throat. There you go.
That's pretty cool, actually.
That is really cool, and I'm just like, oh my god, finally a way we can use the Kinect that doesn't involve flailing our arms. I mean, I know Mass Effect did it, but honestly, who used it? I did.
I don't have a Kinect. I would like a Kinect.
No, you don't.
Well, I mean, I won't do like that dancing crap. I'm not a dancer. Well, I probably should get it because my girlfriend is a dancer and she wants me to dance. But...
Tommy, be a dancer with me.
Well, she's teaching me salsa, so it's like classy dance. So.
Wait. She's Chinese and she knows salsa, and you don't, and you're Mexican.
Unfortunately, yes. I mean that I don't know the salsa. You know, it's unfortunate. I'm proud of my culture, but it's just I'm so whitewashed.
You're more whitewashed than bleach.
Unfortunately, yes.
Unfortunately. Then we had Microsoft showed this little thing called Smart Glass, which is essentially them copying the Wii U. It's just, but on a broader scale. Instead of limited to a tablet controller, it's just like, oh, you can use any Android, Windows, smartphone, or tablet to connect your Xbox and TV and interact at the same time. It's like, you like Game of Thrones? Well, how about you look at a map of Game of Thrones where the characters are while you're supposed to be watching the show? It's just like, really? I'm just like, okay, it's kind of cool and all, but like, didn't you just copy from Nintendo again? No, Smart Glass.
It's smart.
It's glass. But then, let's see, and that was kind of it, and then they're like, oh yeah, they got to end. It's like, usually, like, Microsoft the past couple years, just like, oh, we got to end it on a big note, so like, last year they ended it on Halo 4, I'm like, okay, cool, teaser. And you know what they ended it on this year? And I'm like, really? How much were you paid to do this? They ended it on a long-ass demo of Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
I know, no one cares. I don't care.
It's just like, really? We all know what's going to be from this game. You don't have to show us anything. Activision doesn't need to show anybody anything. We could just already imagine what it is. Oh, to show us the campaign? Okay, Michael Bay's Wet Dream, more of Michael Bay's Wet Dream. I think Michael Bay needs some towels right now. I was like, oh, how about multiplayer? No, we're going to show that off later. All right, thank you. Get off. We all know what was going to happen anyway.
Yeah, if I wanted to see the demo in my living room, I will just pop in, the first Black Ops or Modern Warfare 3.
And they just fast forward about 40 years, and there you go.
Exactly, yes.
Nothing needed to be shown of that game.
Maybe more of Halo 4. I think that would have been great.
I think Halo 4's demo was a little short.
It was short, but it did reveal a whole lot.
I did like the new Forerunner weapons that they're showing off. Yes, we're Halo fanboys. and we're excited about it. I can't wait to use a frickin' laser shotgun.
It's amazing. It's about time there's an alien shotgun.
Hell yes.
Well, you did have the modder for Halo 3 that can be dual wield.
I mean, like, here's how it's gonna happen. Every time I pick up one of those weapons in online, I swear to Christ, I'm gonna yell every time, "I'm a fire my laser!"
And it's about time to get to use shields, too.
Because I used to do that with the Spartan laser until I got kicked from every match. And then let's see. Let's jump to Sony's press conference. Only thing that really impressed me was essentially The Last of Us. That looked really, really cool, and it makes me jealous that I don't have a PlayStation.
I know. Same here.
I mean, I have a PSP, I owned a PS1 and all that stuff and everything, but, like, I don't have a PlayStation 3. Why? Just because I choose not to. I already have an Xbox and a Wii. Why would I need another console? I mean, I play one every now and then, but it's just like, I don't need it, so that's why I don't get it. It was like, oh, Blu-ray player. I have a Blu-ray player.
My laptop plays Blu-rays, so if I really want to watch a movie on Blu-ray, I just pop it in my laptop, and I can take it to go.
Exactly, like... I don't know. To me, the PlayStation doesn't have a whole lot of appeal to me. In some ways, then I told somebody this, and they said, "Well, what about Uncharted?" Like, I go to a game arena and I play. I put down about $20, and there I go. I can beat the Uncharted campaign in about 8 hours.
And then you have the Tomb Raider that's coming out, which is like Uncharted, and it's going to be on the Xbox.
It's Uncharted, but a little bit more gritty, and it's with a female, and it's got boobs.
Yeah, the original. Character that started it all, Tomb Raider, Lara Croft.
Yeah, and that we all know Nathan Drake isn't really original. I mean, I know we're straying a lot from here, but I have to say this. Everybody knows that Nathan Drake is a ripoff of Mal Reynolds from Firefly. Complete rip. Am I going to get flamed for this? You bet, because Sony fanboys love to flame. But... it's the truth. It is the absolute truth. Even Naughty Dog says, yeah, we copied. But anyways, Sony, they showed off Last of Us. That looked really, really freaking cool. Especially, but it did bring up a lot of questions. Especially the part where, like, when you pull out to fire your gun and you hear it empty, and the enemy guy is just like, oh, I know what that sound means, and he charges towards you with your shotgun. You're like, shit. Makes you wonder, was that scripted? Because can the enemies actually recognize when you're out of ammo? And when you were out of ammo, your little side buddy, Ellie, she picks up a brick and throws it at him. I'm like, was that scripted? Does she do that automatically? If that's true, that's a really freaking smart AI.
I know.
I mean, I'm just curious because it's like from what we were shown, it brings up a lot of questions that we really want answers to. But if the answers are what we seek to be, I could see this easily being probably the best PlayStation game released yet.
Yeah, and I can't agree more. The AIs are that smart. I mean, that just tells us how, advanced The Last of Us has gone. And it's eventually, slowly, video games are going to catch up to that point. And that makes me jealous for not having a PlayStation, because I would play that game. It looks fun. Grab my attention.
You know how much money Naughty Dog would make if they were a third party?
I know, right? God damn it.
No, Sony's just like, we own you. Then Sony showed off something called the Wonder Book. I can't describe it because it's so stupid. I mean, more stupid than Smart Glass. And they literally took up like a third of their entire presentation talking about Wonder Book.
Well, isn't it just for them trying to reach out to kids?
Yes, and it's stupid. And I'm sorry, but here's a message to Microsoft and Sony. This is E3. It's a game expo where you show off games, where you have your hour to hour and a half of spotlight to show off to everybody. Get excited for this shit in the next year or two. And I think they failed to deliver. Yes, Microsoft's like, yeah, we got a new Forza, a new Halo, there's new Kinect Fable game. Well, let's just quick brush that side. There's new Gears of War, but we don't have any gameplay. Smart Glass. It's just like, God. I don't know that, and finally let's jump to Nintendo. Then there was the Wii U. It's just like, okay, new Pikmin game, looks awesome. Zombie U, that looks awesome. And then I feel like there was this complete lack of third-party support, and it's weird because if you go back to a year, EA's John Riccitiello. Jack Tretton runs Sony. Riccitiello, the CEO who runs EA, actually got up on stage and said that they're completely backing the Wii U, and yet the only EA game we saw that's being supported for the Wii U is Mass Effect 3, and I'm like, but that game's already out. And by the time the Wii U is going to be out, it's going to be out for almost a year. So that's kind of a pointless port. And honestly, I was disappointed. I mean, as a fanboy of Nintendo, yes, I am a Nintendo fanboy, but I was really disappointed with Nintendo. I felt like they definitely could have shown more. I think what would really capture the show is everybody's like, oh, what about like Zelda or New Smash Brothers? I'm like, do people forget that we just got 2 Zeldas within 1 year, so give Nintendo a break. I mean, that's like a miracle.
Yes.
And then the guys who do Smash Brothers, which is HAL Laboratories, I believe. Just correct me if I'm wrong, but they just finished Kid Icarus Uprising. I mean, that game was literally like finished like 2 months ago, and they said, okay, we just started on Smash Brothers. You really think it'd be a wise move to show off, hey, it's like, hey, here's concept art. We don't have any 3D models yet. I'm just saying, that's just kind of how it works. So people who are like, where's Zelda? Where's Smash Brothers? I'm like, wait! Wait, damn it. Keep your pants on. But it's like, I think they definitely would have stolen the show if they showed off a new Metroid.
Yes.
Which the last Metroid game came out, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
It's been about 2 years. So they could have shown off maybe a teaser CGI of a new Metroid. They definitely could have shown off a new Star Fox. And I know Miyamoto has been interested in bringing back Star Fox for years. Mm-hmm. It's just that he's been tied up with Pikmin. That and he's working on a new project. We didn't hear anything about that. And definitely we could have seen a new F-Zero game.
I know. I love that.
Or a new Donkey Kong Country game. I mean, it's just like, everybody's like, what about Zelda and Smash Brothers? I'm like, please. There are tons of other franchises that they could show off that they haven't done anything for in 2 or more years. Especially F-Zero, which hasn't been shown off since, like...
GameCube.
Like 8 years? Yeah, there hasn't been an F-Zero game in 8 years.
I know.
There hasn't been a proper Star Fox game since the DS. Mm-hmm. Which was, what was it, Star Fox something?
Well, I mean, there was the 3D version.
The what?
The Star Fox 3D.
Yeah. Yeah, but I felt like they dropped the ball on that one a little much.
Well, it was just the remake of the 64 edition, yeah.
I actually rented that, and I'm like, oh, this is awesome. It's really cool. Like, the 3D effects are cool. The graphics are awesome and everything. But they didn't add anything new. I'm like, this isn't truly a Star Fox game. No reason I can say that I can write off that and not Zelda Ocarina of Time 3DS is because they did add in some new stuff for the 3DS version. They did add in the newer controls, and they added in the newer Master Quest, which is pretty much just like, oh my god, that's like literally taking your mind and turning it into a Inception fuckball. I mean, they make not only do they make the dungeons puzzles more challenging, they change it up and everything, but all the dungeons are mirrored now, so everything's the complete opposite.
Oh.
And I'm like, god damn. I remember like in the GameCube Master Quest, it's like literally just that everything was harder. It wasn't mirrored. Then when you mirror everything, it's like, oh damn, everything's different. It's like, it's just, it's like you can call mirror cheap cop out, but when you do it to a dungeon where you already make it harder, that's just messing with you. That's just seriously torturing you. Anyways, Nintendo, they showed up the Zombie U game, which looked awesome. They looked really cool. And then you had, there was Pikmin 3. They showed off the Mii Universe, which I'm still a little confused about what that is. I guess that's the new social platform for online connectivity. They've already come out and said that that's going to replace friend codes.
Okay.
which I'm like, cool. And then you have Nintendo Land, which is like a bunch of mini games. I mean, like a ton of freaking mini games that all have something to do with the Wii U gamepad. And then they're like, oh yeah, we got like Netflix coming to this and that, and I'm like, all right, Nintendo. Well, now what else is there? All right, that's our show. Bye. Wait a minute. Where's the 3DS games? Oh, here's 3 of them. Okay, is there any more? No, we're gonna hold another press conference later. 2 days later. Where's the press conference? I mean, like literally, they showed off 3. They only showed off 3 3DS games, and all of them were tied to Mario. There was a new Super Mario Brothers game, and then there was a new Paper Mario, Sticker Star or something like that.
Yeah, that's what they called it.
And then there was Luigi's Mansion 2, which they showed off last year. I'm like, is there nothing new? Because I mean, like, I kind of foresaw the new Paper Mario coming. They kind of showed that off right around as the 3DS was launching. And the new Mario game, we all knew that was coming.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I was just really disappointed with Nintendo. I felt like they didn't have a really good they didn't have a game plan. It's just like, okay, it's like, what do we have? Well, shit, we like lost half our notes. What was that other game? What was that game we were supposed to talk about? Fuck, I don't know. That was in the folder that we lost. Oh, damn it. I mean, it's like trying to show up to showing up to your high school class where you got like half of your homework complete. So you're like, please take it, teacher. I mean, that's kind of what it felt like. And I don't know. I was really underwhelmed. EA, they showed off typical EA stuff. New Need for Speed, the new Medal of Honor game, more Madden and FIFA sports, essentially. And then a bunch of other crap that I didn't give 2 shits about. Except for Dead Space 3, that looked kind of cool. That was really it. Ubisoft, I think they stole the show.
I think so too.
They showed off Assassin's Creed 3, Far Cry 3, Splinter Cell. Then they showed off Watch Dogs, and oh my god, it was just like hit after hit after hit. It was just amazing.
It's gonna be a good year for Ubisoft.
Oh god, it's gonna be good. Yeah, I guess it would be a good year. Year and a half, I'm gonna say, because they said Watch Dogs is coming out next year, and we're like, oh, it's probably gonna be fall then. But yeah, I had to give Ubisoft credit. Everything they showed off looked fantastic. Even Assassin's Creed 3, I was kind of doubtful about it. I really thought it was just gonna be something like they took every game mechanic of Assassin's Creed 2 and just changed the setting to it. But then when they showed off the new combat mechanics, the new parkour elements and everything, I'm like, that looks cool. And the great thing about the new combat is that you have to be always moving, because you have to count for them shooting like their muskets and shit at you. So like if you see like a firing squad about to fire you, you can actually just grab the closest guy next to you and use him as a human shield to protect you, and then charge at them. The guys who are while they're still reloading. I'm like, that's awesome. You have to be constantly aware of what you're doing. You can't just wait for one guy to rush you and just counter the shit all over again. I mean, that's literally what I called the Assassin's Creed fighting style. It's just like counter the game. It's like really, this just kind of feels the same way. And like I would always try and go Splinter Cell on somebody's ass in that game, but it was kind of hard to do. But this game just looks really, really cool. Hell, you can go freaking deer hunting.
I know, and then you can assassinate wolves.
Assassinate wolves. You get to assassinate a freaking deer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? You even get to assassinate birds. That's unconfirmed. I'm just making shit up.
You even kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Literally.
No, but I'm also interested in like the PS Vista version, or Vita.
There was a Vita version. I'm sorry. I think we all tend to forget that the Vita exists now, because I think Sony is forgetting that it exists now.
But I think this new Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation game will actually have people buying the Vita.
I don't think it will.
It grabbed my attention. I mean, it looks awesome.
Okay, now let's jump ahead to basically our best and our worst. What do you think was the most disappointing game, or you think was the worst game shown?
Oh,
There's a lot.
I know there's a lot. I know my best already, but the worst, I honestly, because I couldn't catch everything, so I really don't know what was the worst.
For me, I'm like split because there was two games. One is just like I was dreaming that it'd be awesome, but it looks like it fails really badly, and that's Dragon Ball Z Connect.
They actually showed that?
They actually had a demo on the floor, and the Screw Attack guys were like, "This is easily the best and worst thing ever," because like it doesn't read anything, but sometimes it'll misread things, and it'll start going to these awesome combos that you can't stop, but they look awesome. And then it showed off Jared doing a Kamehameha wave, and he's actually like yelling it and shit on the show floor and everything.
Okay, so instead of button mashing, you can now like move mashing.
You just shake your fist and shit happens.
So shake. So Dragon Ball Connect has just created a new movement.
It's Dynasty Warriors Connect style.
A new mashing.
Exactly. Instead of pressing X over and over, you just shake your fists over and over. But that, and another one that I was just like, it's like they could pull this out and make it look like make it become an awesome game if they did it right. And from just what I'm hearing, it's been disappointment. And that is the new PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. From what I've been hearing, it's very sluggish, and none of the characters feel different. They all feel the same. And I'm like, and as soon as I heard that, and I'm like, you're doing it wrong, Sony. You're supposed to make every character feel different, and if you're doing it and basically if you're trying to clone Brawl, at least make it as fast as it. Because from what I'm hearing, everything feels a lot more sluggish and slower than anything in Brawl would be. Like literally, like Sly feels slower than Bowser in Brawl.
Oh wow.
And I'm like, damn, that's bad. That is really bad. And if you're trying to release this game within the next year, you got a lot of polishing work to do. Otherwise, this game is just not going to work, and it's going to sink faster than a jumper with a parachute bag full of rocks.
Well, that kind of reminds me of that Cartoon Network mashup fighting game. Then
don't bring it up.
It was just as bad. It was terrible.
It's like only Nintendo can do the Smash formula right.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny is somebody they literally asked one of the reps or Microsoft saying, so do you the guy? It sounded that Sony's jumped into the whole mascot brawler thing. Can you guys see? Do you think you guys could do it? And he's like, you don't want that game.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. And I'm like, well, I mean, it would have been kind of cool to see Marcus Phoenix curb stomp Master Chief's head in, but
I mean, it's true because there's very few exclusive characters. I mean, at the time, yeah, it would have been great for Master Chief, Marcus Phoenix, and Commander Shepard. But then, when Mass Effect 2 came out, later on it came out for the PlayStation 3. So then it's like, well, he's not an exclusive character.
Mass Effect used to be Mass Effect was an exclusive property for a while, and then BioWare was bought out by EA from Microsoft.
Yeah.
Which I'm still sad about that to this day because I think that was a really bad deal. Mm-hmm. And I feel like EA kind of dicks BioWare around a little bit.
We would have got to the end.
Oh, you know what? At the EA, they announced new the Old Republic shit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, but didn't most of their subscriber base leave already?
Well, that's why they announced all this new content for people to come back.
Yeah, and there's a couple people missing from E3 that I was really surprised about. I was definitely disappointed that Valve didn't show off anything.
I know.
Besides Counter-Strike, and I'm like, all right, we've been knowing this for about 2 years now. Please give us something new. New Left 4 Dead, new Half-Life. Give me anything. It's like they're trying to torture the game community. It's like they get fun out of this. They're true masochists. I mean, if you look at every game developer in the history of man, I think Valve is the masochistic game developer of the century.
Yeah, I can see it now, thinking back.
I mean, it's just like, oh, you want a new game, don't you? Suffer. Bring me my whip.
No game for you.
No, I'm sorry, they're not masochists. They're sadists. What am I saying? A masochist means they like to torture themselves.
Maybe
Now,
the employee's like, come on, they want a new game. Let's give them a new game. No.
No, must whip stuff. We can't release it yet.
But they've been demanding for Half-Life 3 for years.
No. Who would be the masochistic one?
Huh.
That brings up an interesting point.
Yeah.
You know what? If you're listening to this, leave a comment and see what you think is the most masochistic game developer in history. Who loves to torture themselves? You know what? I'm gonna throw out my opinion there. I think it's the now defunct 3D Realms. And torture them, just like, can we release Duke Nukem Forever yet? No, it's not perfect. Start over.
Release it. It's still not perfect. Oh well. We tried.
Now, what do you think was the best thing they showed off at the show floor?
As a Halo fanboy, I would have to say Halo 4.
For me, oh man, I am completely split between Watch Dogs and Last of Us.
Mm-hmm.
Because those games look awesome. Normally, I would have said Assassin's Creed 3 and Last of Us, but then I saw the Watch Dogs demo, and I'm like, holy shit. I mean, damn. Ugh. And it definitely doesn't look like a current console generation. It doesn't look like a current console generation title either. It looks like something that was built up on, and it's running on like the world's most beast PC. Because I mean, if you look at it, everything has its own little lighting reflections and everything. Clothes actually act on their own. Pockets are actually pockets. It's not like textures conflicting with each other or anything. It looks awesome. But I don't know. That was my best. And your best was Halo, right?
Yeah, it was Halo. The introduction to the new enemies. The cutscenes just look amazing. And
to me, I think what we're seeing on that I think what we're going to see from Halo 4 is like, this is as far as the Xbox can go.
yeah.
And I'm a feeling that Halo 5 or whatever is going to be on a next generation console. I have a feeling that Microsoft will launch their next console with Halo 5 as the launch title. They would be stupid not to.
I agree more.
Because, I mean, look, there hasn't been, if you think about it, there hasn't been a Halo launch title since Halo 1. And when they had it as a launch title, the Xbox itself sold like crazy. And that was with a new IP. Now if you got yourself as an established franchise where you can easily sell 10 million copies, you launch that and you're guaranteed at least 10 million consoles sold.
Yeah. I would be a sucker for that. It's like, here, I'm throwing my money. Get it.
Anyways, that is E3. Lots and lots of shit, and it was a little disappointing, but Ubisoft. Oh, and Halo 4. That Tommy wants to say. Anyways, that was everything about E3 that we can talk about in one podcast.
I'm sure there's, of course, more.
If we want to talk about everything, this podcast would literally be like 5 hours long.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, E3 is that vast. It's freaking ridiculous. But anyways, it is time to move on to my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It is time for people doing stupid shit. Hit the music. Anyways, Tommy, what is your story?
All right, well, my story. Well, let me just congratulate. You're getting better with those high pitches.
Really?
I'm just being nice. Well, anyways. Okay, so there's that old line saying that a thief always returns to the scene of a crime.
You mean a dumbass thief?
Yes. Well, let's just say you have two shoplifters in a bookstore. They get caught stealing books and they book it, but they forgot something very important.
Pun.
No.
I saw what you did there.
They forgot their child.
What?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
It's like, it's like, little kid, where's your parents? I don't know. They like took some stuff and they ran out, and I haven't seen them since.
Well, it's not. I should say more of a baby child.
What?
It's a baby.
Why would you take a baby with you on a stealing spree?
Okay, well. Did
they steal the baby? Did they steal the baby?
No, they did not steal the baby. I assumed they were stealing baby books. How to be better parents, and they just got caught.
That'd be so ironic.
What were the books they were stealing? How to be a better parent.
Is this true? Is that what they were caught with?
No, but that would have been great.
Oh god, that would have been like the best. That would have been the best case of irony in the history of man.
So yeah, this took place in Barcelona, Spain. They left their baby behind at the bookshop when they were shopping. The couple was caught putting items into bags and slipping things into clothing, and when they realized the jig was up, they just made a mad dash at the door, leaving their little kid behind. The shopkeeper called local police, who left the child with a caretaker. Meanwhile, when the couple returned to the bookstore, hoping to steal their baby back, the cops was there waiting for them to arrest them.
That's insane. Damn, I don't think my story can beat that.
I'll just give it a shot.
Alright, so a woman is going to court asking for compensation. And how much does she want, Tommy?
I have no idea.
She wants $500 billion.
Who is she, Dr. Evil?
Michelle Evil, I'm just kidding. No, Michelle Mathis. She is pretty much wanting compensation for her car, which was towed while she was in the hospital, and the car was never returned. Apparently, while she was in the hospital from between January to February, her car was towed. And then when she went to go get it from the impound, they said they wouldn't give it to her, and now her car is gone, and because they just didn't like her. So now she's taking them to court and wanting compensation for $500 billion. And the judge thinks the claim is a little steep and wants the claim dismissed.
A little?
A little steep. It's just like, she said, the judge says that Mathis didn't even ask about why her car was towed. She just wanted the money. And it says, and the judge says, in this case, the undersigned finds that the plaintiff fails to state a plausible federal claim. The plaintiff first attempts to bring a claim under the Fourth Amendment were unlawful seizure. From the facts the plaintiff pleads, however, it appears that the seizure of her vehicle was proper. And basically, there's just, I think what's hilarious is tagged throughout this entire thing is Dr. Evil, and at the bottom of the video is Dr. Evil saying $100 billion.
Well, that's how ridiculous it is.
Exactly. This is just classic. This is classic people doing stupid shit. I'm sorry. That and the leaving the baby behind and stealing books. But I mean, Jesus Christ.
Did she really think the impound has that amount of money?
Oh yes, they're sitting on a frickin' city full of gold on top of it. They just don't know it. They literally like dig underneath and they're like, oh look, a frickin' Mayan city full of gold like a national treasure. But I mean, Jesus. Oh. That is the definition of stupid. It's just thinking, oh, my car got towed. I want $500 billion. I mean, Jesus.
No, please be realistic next time.
At least be realistic. Maybe like $500. But oh man, I think she What is it? I'm trying to think. I know there's like a little disorder where you just keep writing, like you can't stop doing what you're doing. Maybe she started writing 500 and she just couldn't stop writing the zeros.
Mm-hmm.
I want 500 and just keeps writing zeros.
Well, maybe we should just,
like,
just set a random
ma'am,
number.
please stop. It's like, ma'am, please stop. We don't have this money.
Maybe we should just set that number and see if she would actually get away with it.
No way in hell.
I mean, once you aim, like, realistically, once you
Okay.
aim a little bit higher than realistically the amount should be, just to, like, see if you can get a little extra off the tip,
This is not aiming just a little bit higher. This is like shooting towards like frickin' Pluto and back. I mean, Jesus. Anyways, that is people doing stupid shit. Lessons learned: don't leave your baby at a bookstore, and don't ask for $500 billion from the government for something that was completely retarded. Anyways, time to move on to shout-outs. Tommy, what is your shout-out? And I think I have this feeling in my gut that you're gonna say it's your girlfriend.
No. What?
Really?
Well, that makes
Oh,
it
so
sound bad now.
you're not gonna play
These
this part
assholes.
She's probably listening to this and is like, "What, Tommy? Please say it. Say it. Say it."
I have two shout-outs then. One goes to my girlfriend Jessica, who I love her very much. She's my Hero Kitty. That's her nickname.
You call her the Hello Kitty?
Hero Kitty.
Oh, that is so racist.
She's okay with it. She gave the okay. I'm her drunken cat, so it doesn't matter.
So what's the next one?
My next shout-out goes to Orlando, Florida. I have survived a week there. I was not attacked by zombies.
Oh my dear God! Wait! Did you see Adam when you were down there? Because I think he's trying to escape from there. So if you see a guy whose like head is like half shaved and he's carrying a shit ton of boxes, that was probably Adam.
Looking back, let's see. Maybe. Oh well, but yes, that was my shout out to Orlando, Florida.
Did I just hear giggling?
Yes, you did.
Okay, so since you gave 2, I got 3.
Oh, okay.
Why? Because I'm the boss.
All right.
My first shout out goes to Ubisoft for amazing me and making my jaw fall, and I have trouble finding it still. Second one definitely goes towards my friend Brandon, if he's listening to this, because he fixed my computer from being in a state of death. For those who don't know, reason we haven't had anything put out in a while is because my computer died. It was stuck in an infinite boot cycle or whatever, just basically just Windows just fucked itself. In proper sense, yes. And then I was just like, oh crap, I don't have anything, so I literally lost everything. Even all our recordings and even our Hamtaro Abridged stuff.
No.
But he finally fixed it, and it's back, though the Hamtaro stuff and some of the newer stuff is still lost. But yeah, we have it all back, so we can finally get back to business, so thanks to him. So give a big shout out to Brandon for saving our asses. And then my last shout out goes to a pimp named Andrew Holmes for doing the right thing, apparently, from what I'm hearing, for doing something that's morally right, and even if he is away. So shout out to our buddy Andrew. And you know what? Hold on, I gotta let's see, another shout out. So I got 4 shout outs. Holy shit!
That's
4
fine.
shout outs. It's for basically our upcoming stuff. We got 2 very, very, very special guests coming on here in the next 2 weeks. First one is the lovely and talented Jessie Nowak, who you may know her from basically her anime abridged series work such as Pokemon and Hellsing Abridged, and she's also the voice of Vinyl Scratch for the My Little Pony abridged thing, or whatever it is. That and the week after, we have one of the original members As close as we could get to not getting to Craig. One of the original members of Screw Attack, we have High School Ben coming on, who is pretty much like one of their chief guys there, and he runs Death Battle and everything.
I love Death Battle.
Death Battle! Oh, God, I think Boomstick still needs some towels after that BFG.
We should probably give our suggestions of what the next episode for Death Battle would be.
I want Goku versus Superman, damn it.
Well, we can make it happen since we're talking to him directly.
Directly. Anyways, that is Pixels and Bits, everybody. My name is Corey.
And I'm Tommy.
And we'll see you all next week with the lovely Jesse Nowak. Bye-bye, folks.
Goodbye.